I feel pretty good about it. We've been drinking red rum, getting drunk. It's a solid style. And now I'd like to introduce to all of you the second leg of our quarantine. Here's Steve Hofstetter, everybody.
Thank you, Ben. What is the sentence you've been typing in the typewriter over and over again?
Who is that?
What is the sentence you've been typing in the typewriter over and over again?
I've been writing all inside and no outside makes Ben a fun host.
Yeah, that's perfect. Well, thanks for joining us. Very excited now. We have our own Facebook page. It's already gotten a whole bunch of likes. So make sure to like it. It's just facebook.com/SDSC show. And we'll have all kinds of updates and links to guests and all kinds of stuff on there. So please make sure to do that. And as always, if you want to support the show, throw us a Venmo. You can throw us a Venmo at the top right of the screen, or you can PayPal at laughfromhome.com, or you can super chat. It is just that easy. And with that, it is time to introduce the third leg of the quarantine. Ladies and gentlemen, probably wearing a ridiculous jacket, please welcome Mr. Chris Bowers, everybody. Chris Bowers.
Woo! Hey, thanks so much. This one's more pretty than ridiculous. But I do want to say real quick, I want to thank Steve Hofstetter from the bottom of my heart, because a lot of us were thinking about cutting our own hair at this point. And Steve has shown us the pitfalls in that. So thank you, Steve, for taking that bullet and helping me not make that same mistake. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. I took one for the team. And also, this is in support of dairy farmers of America. I understand that eggs are in short supply right now. This is just for awareness.
It's so weird. I didn't even notice that Steve cut his hair. That's so weird. Wow.
Well, again, you don't watch the show, Ben, so how would you have seen it?
I don't watch the show. I've been doing it just via audio for these last 4 or 5 weeks. So
yeah, it's actually amazing that Ben's even able to do this on his typewriter. So we appreciate the effort.
Exactly. I do want to introduce our comics real quick right now. We've got Rachel Cuthbert here. Give Rachel a big hand. Rachel, say hi. Woo. And then Ricarlo Flanagan.
Where's Rachel? We didn't see. Okay.
I didn't see her. And say hi to Ricarlo Flanagan.
We didn't see Rachel. Great.
I know. That's all right. Hey, there's Rachel. Right, that's Rachel, not Ricarlo.
Hello, Rachel.
What's up?
And then
Thanks
Ricarlo
so much for
Flanagan's
having
also
me.
here. Say hi, Ricarlo. Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Okay.
I like that. I like that Ricarlo is dressed as his curtain. That's a good.
He's
It's all about coordination over here. Rest in peace, John Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Ben, are you ready to introduce? Actually, do we have a winner from the game for the overnight game for the last 48 hours? You guys got any one of those you like? Anyone? Ben?
I thought that was a question for Ben.
Oh, you did? Well, that's great. Here's when Bowers said that right now. He reminded me that I should have went to Twitter and found one of those.
Yeah, that's probably good. We can read a couple if you want.
Great. Let's do that.
I'm on Twitter right now. We could read a couple.
Excellent.
So the general consensus, I put this one in also, and a lot of people put various variations. So the game was Taco Bell a person, and people put various variations of Ariana Belgrande or Nachos Ariana Grande, etc. That
I just found a great one.
Consensus.
I just found a great one. Ashley Janine wrote 2 pretty good ones. Matt Quesadillon.
Nice.
Jennifer Chalupez.
I like that one.
My favorite was from Spiro Agony, Mexamel Torme. I like Mexamel Torme. I like it.
I also liked Ashley's Raymond Burrito. That was also fun.
Yes, and of course Bowers likes the Mel Torme one because he stole that jacket from Mel Torme when he was in his last days.
He left it in his will. I didn't steal it. It was just I was his manservant for 3 years, and so he gave me this at the end.
I threw one in.
You being a manservant for sure.
Oh
yeah,
sure.
I threw one in. I don't know if this counts because it's kind of a nickname, but Yeezy Gordita Crunch. That counts.
That's a really good one.
Believe me.
That's good.
I count it because I stretched the rules of this game myself, so I'm fine with that completely.
Yeah, Shag Nasty threw in one that is very Ben Glebe style. Shout out to a guest that we had recently, and it was Christopher. Keep your butthole tightest if you're going to have more than one cravings box. So that is lengthy one.
Wow, that even pushes it for me, to be honest. I like it, but it's quite a situation.
Also, but Shag Nasty put my favorite one in, and this is the one that I'm voting for, which is a picture of the Queen Rachel tortilla, and is Queen Crunch Rach Supreme.
Amazing.
That one's
Which
really
reminds
good.
us to say hello to Queen Rachel. Hello, Queen.
Hi, everybody.
What's going on? Queen Rachel in her regular form. Very confusing. We have two Rachels now. We're expanding on Rachel's just to confuse people.
One
yeah,
last
we
one
also
from
had
Twitter that I thought was pretty great is also from the same Ashley Janine at Changing Illusion, Jim Carrey out.
Nice. Nicely done. I liked so Jen Winklepleck did one for each of the three of us. So it was Steve Hofstedt Doritos Locos Tacos, Ben Glee Burrito Supreme,
Yes.
and Steak Chrisadilla Bowers. So we each get to be Taco Bell, which we appreciate. I put my vote in. What are you guys picking?
I'm gonna go with the Queen Rachel one as well. I'll go with you, Steve. Nice work.
All right. Well, it's Ben. You mathematically can't break the tie, but give it a shot anyway.
I can't break the tie there at all. So I don't know. I like what you went with. I respect it, to be honest. I do prefer. Well, I don't even read this one yet, but Childish Gamburrito is pretty solid as well.
Also good. We had a lot of really good ones.
So
we had a lot of really good ones. All right. If you won, as usual, if you're the winner, email us through laughfromhome.com, claim your prize, and we will reach out. And what's great is the Queen Rachel herself, the Queen Fajita or wrap or whatever it is that you were, will reach out. We'll reach out herself. So awesome. Okay. So that said, we're caught up with that. Let's introduce our. We got a front row. And then we also have a special guest, so we got to get to all that. So quick shout out to the front row. We've got Zara, we've got Elizabeth Ann, we've got Carrie M, we've got Chrissy. Hello, everybody. Much appreciated. Thank you for being here. I almost shouted out one of the hosts, so I'm really on top of my game tonight. And that said, Ben, why don't we introduce our special guest?
Very excited to introduce our guest today. She is a comedian, a model, an actor, a superstar in the eyes of millions, 2 million Facebook followers, yet she is here slumming it with us today. Please give a warm SC welcome to Lauren Francesca, everybody.
Oh, hi.
Hello,
Oh God,
thanks for being here.
My background. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I don't have a cool background like you guys.
What is that? Your first headshot up behind you?
That's my sister.
Oh, that's your sister. Okay. I thought it's far away enough. I was like, oh my God, if you have your first headshot on the wall, that is amazing. Is that also her diploma or is that yours?
I think it's my grandfather's. It's my grandfather's. There's a poster of like one of the movies I did. You
have like a thing from each of your family members. Are you casting a spell? Are you like gathering individual items from each?
I'm in my parents' house right now.
Oh, okay, that makes way more sense now. All right. So the last time that Bowers and I saw Lauren was we did a sketch with Lauren at Charo's house, which was one of the weirdest days of my life.
It was the first time we met in person, right?
It was second time because I did your podcast, and that's when you invited me to do the sketch, but it was like a couple days later, and Bowers had just gotten LA. What was it? Your second day?
It was like my second day in LA, and if you guys know who Charo is, she was the hoochie coochie lady in the 70s. Like she's been in a million shows. She had her own HBC variety special. She plays the guitar. She's amazing. She's actually a really cool lady. But yeah, Steve called me my second day in Hollywood and was like, "Hey, you want to come hang out at Charo's house and do a video?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." My dad was impressed, so it was pretty fun. We had a good time.
It was a lot of fun because Bowers just thought that's how LA worked. Like you just get to LA, you get invited to Charo's house. Be like, who else from the Love Boat do I get to meet? You know? What's crazy? I mean, there's so many crazy things about Charo's house, but the craziest thing was while we're shooting this sketch, so Lauren was in filming with Charo, and it was part of it. The Bowers and I weren't in, so we're kind of hanging out to the side. And Bowers was talking to me, and I just stopped dead in my tracks. And Bowers was like, "What?" And I go, "Look the fuck behind you." And he turns around, and he's like, "What?" And I go, "That is a real Picasso. Like, that's not a fucking lithograph. That's a Picasso." And like, that's just what's in her house. She has the writing desk that Miguel de Cervantes wrote Don Quixote at, that she smuggled out of Spain. And
Well,
that is her writing desk.
I'm not sure we're allowed to tell anybody that story. So she didn't.
It's a carbon copy of the thing that I made up just now. But
she does have a green piano that was given to her by Ronald Reagan, because at one of his Christmas parties she sang Danny Boy while sitting on it, and the next day he sent it over. So she has a Ronald Reagan's piano. It's a really crazy fun place. It was really interesting. It was super cool.
It was amazing.
Lauren, how did you and Charo meet?
Well, so my first YouTube video I ever made, the comedy writer based it on Charo. And so I was a huge, super kind of fan of her, because it was one of the first characters I ever did years and years ago. And then I saw her at the Streamy Awards, and I totally fangirled her. And I went up to her assistant and I was like, "We have to shoot a video." And we made it happen. And then I called you because I was like, "Oh, he's really funny. We can all do a video together."
Well, very, very much appreciated you bringing us in on that madness, because that was a very, very weird day.
I had a dream one time where I was hanging out with Charo while she was eating a churro, and it was raining Cheerios. It was a weird. It was a Charo churro Cheerio dream.
Well, when this is over, we'll make that happen.
Thank you. I would love that. That would be a dream come true.
That could be a fun time. I could see Charo dumping churros and Cheerios all over you. That'd be a fun video. We could do that. That'll be
not supposed to be fun for you, Bowers. Now I'm a little creeped out and I'm questioning the whole idea.
To see my friend get drenched in food by Charo would be super fun for me. It's not creepy.
You made it sound sexual. You made it sound sexual.
She's like 70 and you're Ben Gleib. There's nothing sexual about this at all.
Well, that's after you started the show saying that you were Mel Torme's manservant. So I don't have any.
Not sexual. I just helped him with his wigs and got his coat when he died. It wasn't sexual there either. Come on, man.
Were you wearing shorts? Did you have to smooth out the velvet fog, if you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, what wigs exactly?
Yes. Top and bottom.
Yeah. Rach, we got anything coming in on the chat so far?
We do. We've got there was a comment from Hannah G. She said Bauer's jacket looks like hotel curtains.
I mean, that's not true. That's just what they were made out of. It's the same fabric. It's not like it was an actual hotel curtain first,
Hey,
you know?
If they didn't want me to take the curtains, they should have given me a late checkout. Fuck you, Holiday Inn Express.
My question.
I do feel smarter because I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express and I'm also wearing one.
My question for Bowers is: do the curtains match the drapes?
Yes, I have matching boxers that are velvet with flowers. It's every time.
I could honestly picture, and I don't want to picture this. I could picture Bowers' pubic hair being velvet flowers for some weird reason. Just an actual uncooked hot dog and then velvet flower pubic hair. And honestly, if I could take the last 10 seconds of my life back, I would.
If I could just take a moment to apologize on behalf of the show for any stress that image may have caused. I know we're already all going through a very difficult time right now. We don't need to add that picture to it.
Yeah, don't imagine my penis as an uncooked hot dog.
Oh God.
Let me just say this. This is the first day that this show is streaming live also on my Twitter and on my YouTube. And I glanced at my Twitter And there were, in addition to the many thousands and thousands watching on Hofstadter's channels, there were 8 people watching on my Twitter. And the second I mentioned that, it dropped to 4. It dropped immediately. Cut the audience in half, you guys.
Do we have any Venmos coming in, Steve?
Well, I think
No
Rachel
Venmo.
has access to him now.
Yeah, I
Oh,
do. There's no Venmo so far. We do have a super chat, $5 from Revel. He's back. He said, there are 2 Rachels. There can only be one. You know what you've got to do. Highlander rules.
Me and you, Rachel.
Let's do
I
it.
like
It's
that.
going to be a real battle.
Are we actually ready for our first comic? Are we ready for that at this point? Are we ready? We want to do that? Are we there?
Let's do it.
I think
Let's
we
do
can
it.
that.
Let's do it.
No
All right.
objections
Do you
to
guys
that
want to announce the
whatsoever.
game first?
That's
Oh,
a
Yeah,
great
we should do
idea.
the game.
Ben, you want to do
Great
that?
idea. I'd be happy to. I'm very excited about today's game. So we're doing another pun game, and we know the Isolation Nation loves it, and we love it too. It's a good time for everybody involved. Why do I have to preamble these things? I don't know why. Today's game. Since Steve Hofstadter just got a new dog named Milton Berle. Milton Berle was on many TV shows. What we're doing is we are taking a TV show and making it doggy style. Not sexually, just the name of a dog. Dog, a TV show is what we're basically doing. You take a TV show title, you make it doggy style. I think you understand what I'm saying, and I fear that I fear that you do not. You can enter for free, and we'll read some of our favorites, but for a $5 super chat or more, you'll be officially entered into our contest to win one of each of our hosts' 13 total albums and a free ticket to our live video audience to join us here in the front row with some great people like Carrie M and Zara and Elizabeth Ann Galvin of Green Gables and all the great people we have here with us. Chrissy, of course, and Jessica Keibel and Frank Notaro, of course, the host of Street Smart. He's now with us live.
Nope, still different guy.
In here. Is what?
Still different guy.
Guy? There were 2 hosts of Street Smarts? I don't understand.
By the
what you're
way,
saying.
also the reason I've been quiet for the last couple minutes is because I was working on this. So,
Churro Cheerio.
Wow.
Holy shit.
the idea that she happened to be wearing like an outfit that already fit with those colors is kind of amazing. Like that. I looked up a picture of
Amazing.
Charo, and by the way, that is in Charo's house. I recognize that background. We shot in that room.
Yeah.
It's in the green room.
That's
It's in the little
incredible.
literal green room.
Yeah.
I have another question. Well, actually, Steve, do you want to give us an example of dogging a TV show? And then I have a question for Lauren before we go to our
Oh
comments.
yeah, absolutely. So there's Jerry Springer Spaniel. Also another Spaniel, a Cavalier King Charles in Charge. We've Boston Terrier Republic, St. Bernard's Place, and my favorite sketch show, Husky and Peel. So there's a lot we could choose from.
just because you mentioned Charles in Charge, I have to quickly tell you the Scott Baio time warp conundrum. That was a very strange moment in my life. Growing up, I believed that Happy Days, which was one of my favorite shows as a kid, was actually shot in the 50s. It just seemed so authentic. The color looked different. I believed it was in the 50s. And I believed this until later in life when somebody said to me one time, Ben, how old is Scott Baio in Happy Days? And I was like, I don't know, 17. And they're like, how old is Scott Baio now in the 90s on Charles in Charge? And I'm like, I don't know, 26. I'm like, holy shit. How 40 years of history had passed and Scott Baio only aged 7 years. And so I realized.
You thought Scott Baio was a vampire for most of your life, is what you're saying.
That's what I mostly believed. Yes, so that was embarrassing. Lauren, do you remember the show Charles in Charge or Happy Days? And my real question, after you can fake answer that, is you have 2 million followers. Does that change a person? What was it like when you started to see your following just blow up? And what do you think did it?
Yeah, and before you answer that real quick, just a reminder that Ben is also famous. So if we could just remember that.
210 episodes, and that's the screen grab we've got.
We sure do. Oh, we've got some others as well. Don't worry. There's plenty of time.
Hashtag Glebe freeze frame. You will see the ones that are even worse.
Yeah.
Lauren.
I have to figure out how to change the background. That's amazing. It was really cool. I did a bunch of stuff for Playboy, so I think that's what really kind of helped when I started getting more followers. I did a cooking show, which was fun, and it was a comedy show. It was when they were trying to be more PC. They were hiring YouTubers, so for some reason they're like hottest YouTubers ever. And it was just like, wow, I don't consider myself to be like a super like hot girl, but that was cool. And I just started getting like followers from that. It didn't really change anything except a bunch of my ex-boyfriends started calling me. So that was awesome. It was just like that validation. Like that, I think was the best part of becoming internet famous. Is like, they would just like, or even like on TV shows or whatever, like they would be forced to see me and just be like, I'd have that like validation of like, haha.
That's pretty solid. Do you get recognized a lot in the streets?
Yeah. Sometimes it depends. Mainly little kids, like little 12-year-old girls. So
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's really what you want. You know, you want someone who's anonymous in the sheets but recognized in the streets. That's really what you go for.
Yes. You get recognized more if you like pop a hip out or like put one foot up. Is that part of what helps?
It's generally at the airport when I look like trash and I'm in pajamas and I don't want anyone to see me, and then people are like coming up to you and you're just like, oh God, no, don't recognize me. I don't have makeup on.
Well, speaking of looking like trash, let me just show you. I was not kidding. The hashtag Glebe freeze frame on Twitter. Let me just show you. Here's one example. Oh, son of a gun.
We cannot see that.
Wait, now you can. Now you can. You see this? That's just the beginning. How about this? Think that's bad? How about this?
Wait, if you think that's bad, how about this one?
Oh, not good. It's not good, you guys. Here's another one. I mean, honestly, I freeze frame worse than anybody on television. It's a significant problem.
I think it's totally possible that Glebe didn't even look at my screen while he was looking through the hashtag and didn't even see what I did.
Oh, I saw it. That's honestly now all you've done is just given Bowers more fodder for masturbation, so you've created a real problem.
Yes.
Feel free to enter our...
all those screenshots just look like Ben seeing some other dude's penis for the first time. Just all your faces are...
Yes, yes, they are. Feel free to enter our bonus game, hashtag Glebe freeze frame and hashtag SC game. Tell us how badly you can freeze frame. You do it during the show. I'll even help you out a little bit. There you go. It's time for our first comedian. Bowers, want to do the honors?
I'm ready. Let's do it. All right. So our first comic, she is awesome. In LA, you'll see her all over the place. Comedy Store, Hollywood Improv. She actually also owns her own comedy room called Bert's Back Room in West Hollywood. Really funny. Rachel Cuthbert, everybody. Give Rachel a big hand.
What's up? I put it in front of like a white wall, but I wanted to change the backing, but now I don't know how to do that. So it's just a fucking white wall. I'm no Chiro, but that's pretty good, right? That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
That's my multiple personalities during the quarantine. I got it. By the way, I adopted a dog pre-quarantine. Which just shows that I was lonely before this all started. I got him from China. I'm not even kidding you. Yes, I got him from China. This is before we thought this whole thing was real. And yeah, I named him Corona. But I've had to change his name since, because it's just like not a good idea to yell Corona during this or in the streets, you know. Come here, Corona. Oh God. And Lauren, you've got 2 million followers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, I don't want to brag, but I'm up to 3,000 after following 1,000 one night. So people are like messaging me being like, why did you follow my ex-boyfriend? I'm like, oh fuck, this is backfiring. But my sister, she just had a baby. This is weird. I don't know who to look at. Who should I look at during this? All right.
The camera.
Well, Queen Rachel, Elizabeth, and Steve, I've got you. You guys will be my audience for this. What up? But my sister, she did just had a baby. He's the cutest little baby ever. What the fuck is his name? Henry. Henry's his name. He's so cute. He's the cutest little thing. And right before this, I went home to go visit him. And guys, every time I held him, it was just like so special and so beautiful. And every time I looked deep into his eyes, the only thing I could think about was how much I wanted him to suck on my nipples. It's the only thing that went through my head. I just wanted it so badly. And I told my sister this, and I was like, Jackie, like, I really want it. She's like, Rachel, give me Henry back. I was like, do not take this away from me. This is the most action I've gotten in a long time. I lost holding privileges after that one. I did. Yeah, my dad, he like, since having a grandkid, and for years he just wants more and more grandkids. And for years he's like, Rachel, just get pregnant, have a kid, and we'll raise it till you're ready to. That's so cute, right? So cute. My dad thinks I've never been pregnant. I'm like not ready to have a kid yet, you know. And the whole time I was at home visiting my sister, she just kept on saying, she's like, Rachel, you're so loud. You're so loud. You're so loud. Quiet down. You're gonna wake up the baby. Guys, I am loud. I am loud. This mic not even on. I'm so loud that my parents thought I had a disability. Yeah. They thought I was deaf. Can you believe that? And then I went through my whole life and they're like, maybe we should check this out. So they took me to the hospital for a 5-hour extensive hearing test. Turns out perfect hearing. I was like, did you hear that, Mom? I'm not deaf. I'm just a middle child. Someone pay attention to me. And here I am holding a microphone in front of my phone, just being like, guys, look at me. All right. Has anyone else gone 30 days without being touched? Just someone come over and touch me. That's all I'm asking. I probably shouldn't say that on YouTube. This whole quarantine thing is just like so, I feel like we have pissed off mother fucking nature. She's so pissed off at us. She's like, you know what? I'm done. Everyone go to your fucking rooms. Go to your fucking room. I'm done with all of you guys. Animals, come on out. You guys are fine, but humans, go to your fucking rooms and think about what you've done. Friends? No fucking friends. Y'all are grounded, okay? Y'all are fucking grounded. We're like, not even a couple friends. You're like, do you want to die? Then no. All right, that guy, too serious. I was, right before this whole thing happened, I was supposed to go out to Utah to go skiing. Because I'm white. Okay. I was supposed to go out skiing in Utah with my friends, and like all over the United States, all of the other ski resorts had shut down, and Utah was the only state that was still like encouraging people to come. And I went on YouTube, or I went on the ski resort's website in Utah, and they were saying, they were like, you know, we know that all the other ski resorts are shut down, but we're the safe ski resort. So come here. And I feel like that's the same. It was like the same thing if like a girl to a guy was like, oh, it's okay. You don't have to use a condom. It's like, you do not want to ride that mountain, okay? Because you're going to catch something and you might not live, you know? Guys, that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Rachel Cuthbert.
The tip jar, of course, is open for Rachel. If you want to throw her a tip, I know a couple have already come in. You can do that at Venmo on the top right of the screen. Of course, PayPal, laughfromhome.com, or you can super chat. And Rachel, if you still need to be touched, we can send a baby over.
Or maybe that's a horrible idea and a horrible idea.
Yes.
I also would like to give a special shout out to one of our video audience members, Zara, who, when Rachel asked, has anybody gone 30 days without being touched? Zara aggressively waved her hand. So sorry to hear that, Zara. It'll be a while longer.
Luckily, I've got my dog, so things have been getting pretty.
Let's
intimate.
not get into that. That is.
Yeah, after you want a baby to suck your nipples, I'm not sure I trust you with a dog for that.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. Especially because dogs have a lot of nipples, so that is.
Can you call the Can you call the SPCA and set off an Amber Alert just based on intent? Because if so, I think Rachel Cuthbert have a couple visits this week.
Hey,
good news is you're going to be touched. It's just going to be in handcuffs. So.
I'm desperate, Steve. Anything,
Yeah.
They say love the one you're with, so I don't really have a choice.
Yeah. Either, but I'm here alone. So.
What's your address, Steve?
No, that is not a thing. Just because my head looks like a dick. All right. Anyway, so
I will
by the way,
I will DM you Steve's address. Don't worry about it.
But it will be Ben's address. He'll send you what is Steve's address, but it'll be Ben's address for sure.
So, by the way, we have some wonderful games coming in already from. I just want to read out some of the ones from the live audience because they're already awesome. And a reminder for everybody to submit yours if you want to play. Throw in the $5 so you could potentially win the prize. But so Carrie has been killing it. Forensic Fidos, Brooklyn K9. And the Real Housewives of New Yorkie City. Some really great ones coming in. So keep playing the game for those of you watching on Twitch or Facebook or my YouTube or the 4 of you watching on Ben's Twitter. Do your parents count as 2 separate people, or is that on one account?
Let me just say, right when you said that, I quickly went back to my Twitter to prove you wrong, and it's exactly 4. Oh, now it's 2. Shit. And I also would like to shout out our celebrity guest Lauren Francesca's new backdrop. I think she's figured some shit out.
Yeah,
and
nice.
look at that. Our own
that.
website, laughfromhome.com. Fancy, Lauren.
Nicely done. I mean, there's no churro or anything, but it's still good. It's still fine.
I'm not as advanced as you are. I have to work on it.
Yeah, do not try to do. It's not a good skill. Like there's no monetizing putting a churro over charo.
How did you do that? How did you do it so quickly?
I actually had that already set. It's just I have charo in wearing various different desserts and breakfast cereals, and so I just had to look up in my files. I also have one of her, in a bagel and a cake.
Amazing.
Really ran out of ideas there.
He's been inceptioning Ben this whole show, putting churros and charo and Cheerios in his head so we start dreaming about it. So he's had this logo for a while. He's been waiting.
Yeah, it's been.
For like 3
By
weeks.
the way, we have to pitch Cheerios now on having charo as the spokesperson.
Unfortunately for you, Steve, Rachel is on her way to your house with cereal and carnival food.
I don't think that would be unfortunate.
Pretty good.
That would be unfortunate. That would be
okay. Bowers is making a pitch for you to head to his house.
Well,
his girlfriend, you might have a great evening. And I have a feeling they are far less worried about the outside coronavirus coming in. So you can yell, "Corona, come here, Corona," all you want over at the Bowers residence.
But just a heads up, don't bring churros, bring hot dogs. Just If you want to be allowed in, that's the payment. Anyway, we have a ton of Venmos and super chats coming in. Can we get through some of them?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Okay, we got a ton of tips. So we have, let's see. Let me start with. So Stephanie Coffin, Venmo $10. Tip for Rachel's artwork.
Oh,
Nice.
fuck yeah.
We have Heather Scott tipping $5 for the imposter, Rachel. Thanks for the laughs. We've got, oh, this guy's a dick. We've got Jonathan tipping $2 for the Rachel that can pronounce Hermione. Great set.
He's not a dick. He's accurate.
This guy's a dick.
Jennifer Kofed, Venmo $2 and tipped for Rachel. I have a 4-year-old, no charge.
I think there will be some charges filed, but
Got Hannah Gallagher, Venmo $2 for Rachel. We can be social distancing touch buddies. That works.
Rick,
that does work. That is how phone sex lines made their money for a very long time. So
our next comedian, Ricarlo Flanagan, just nodded his head aggressively during that suggestion. So I think we're getting a lot of good flow going here.
We've got Lizzie Burkhart, tipped $5. Get it, Rachel.
All right, I'll get it. I'll get the kids. Okay, what?
yeah.
We've got Revel tipped $5 and sent a baby emoji. And we had a couple, we have a general come in on Venmo, Dana, $40 and said, I like Bauer's jacket.
Yes,
we appreciate that. Is Dana is that's the famous Z-Bunster, the Bunst, the supporter, our biggest supporter of the show, supports the show so much that she's willing to in print say she likes Bowers' jacket. So that's pretty. No, actually, I gotta say, I will admit that I do like that one. That is a cool one. Here, put them up on screen for a second.
Oh no.
Now that's still me. That's still me.
Uh-oh. Do I talk? If I talk loud, does it pop me? No.
Yeah.
I'm still. Am I?
Oh, here we go.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
So Bowers, if you could just do us a favor for a moment and just come closer to the camera. No, you're with your jacket, so we can see the jacket. A little closer. Little closer. Little closer. Little closer. Little closer. You go behind the camera so we can really see it. If you could just move. I was trying to get you to the point where you went all the way up to the camera like that, where we couldn't see anything. No, I do like it. That is a solid jacket. I like that one.
Thanks.
It's almost as nice as the fucking Pac-Man one you have. Yeah, I do. I gotta say, I do enjoy the Friday jacket. So that's the only way I know it's Friday right now. It's that.
Wait a minute. Has that joke been made on the show before?
Yeah, I'm referencing it.
Not at all. That
was a
Lauren,
callback.
I like Lauren's headphones. Lauren's headphones are the thing I like, and I'm thinking about making a jacket out of those headphones, or if I could find the rest of those prints. Those are. Have you seen that in a tuxedo jacket form, Lauren, at all? Because those are badass.
Let me just say that the show was already creepy enough with some of Rachel's comments, and now Bowers wants to make a jacket out of our celebrity guest. So this is not ideal. Not ideal.
Not out of the guest, out of her headphones, which is slightly different.
Yeah. Barely different.
Yeah.
We had another tip for Rachel come in. $25 from Jessica Keibel for the naughty Rachel.
Oh, nice. We have Queen Rachel. Is it Jester Rachel then?
Rachel's trying to talk, but her microphone is muted. Just so you know, your microphone is muted.
Oh, I said you could spank me, Jessica.
You're still muted? I don't know how that happened.
Wow.
This took a turn a little bit. This took a turn just a bit. I don't know what's going on.
This didn't take a turn. We've been on this interstate the entire episode. We have not turned once.
I'm going to suggest that if Rachel Cuthbert needs to make a little extra money during this quarantine, An OnlyFans account might be the move for you. It sounds like.
I've thought about that, Ben. I've thought about that.
Very nice.
All right, should we go to our next comic?
I think we can. Yeah.
We had one more tip for Rachel come in. Let's
read it.
Razor $5 for Princess Rachel. Too funny. Queen Rachel. Tell Bowers to check his Twitter mail from Shag Nasty.
Oh shit.
Rachel, real quick, what can you plug? Where can we find you in the world?
Yeah. I mean, do you want my address or what are you? 30. No, I'm just kidding. You guys can find me at Rachel Cuthbert on Instagram. I probably have already followed you because I'm creepy like that. And also follow at Bert's Back Room. And that's like a little comedy open mic space in West Hollywood. We're closed obviously right now. So yeah, all the support is great. And thank you guys so much. This was so much fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thanks so much.
What's the sound of one hand clapping?
She's ordering dudes to her house, a new meaning to Uber Eats. Okay, so they're contactless right now though. So let's do our next comic.
Let's do it. This next comic, he's amazing. You've seen him on Shameless on Showtime, Insecure on HBO, and Last Comic Standing. Here was very funny. Ricarlo Flanagan. Let me hear Ricarlo Flanagan.
Oh man, thank you so much. Great to be here. Thank you guys so much for having me. I don't have a microphone, unfortunately, but I do have this here, so I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk into this. This is how I talk into this.
We're officially demonetized, but let's keep going.
Come on, that was my best material right there. All right. So let me just start this off because I've been wanting to get this off my chest for a little while. So if you know a person, right, that you know is going to get murdered, right, and you tell them that they're going to get murdered and they don't listen to you, are you wrong for starting a Deadpool that you know you can win? Because listen, it's not that I wanted to die. I told her that she was going to die, but she didn't want to listen to me and take my advice. So the least I can do is get some rent money out the equation. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a real person. I can get at least 3,000 people to partake in this Deadpool and make an easy 5 racks. This is it's just business. You know? Look, listen. I'll even pitch this Deadpool to y'all. Okay, the reason I know she's gonna get murdered is because I heard her boyfriend one day yelling at the top of his lungs, "If you're not in that fucking room, I don't know what I'm gonna do." Now, listen to those words. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna murder her. That's exactly what you're gonna do. Okay? And then,
oh no.
But if you get to her before I start this Deadpool, then this will be all for nothing. So I don't know. What else? A woman offered me some sex recently, which praise God, right? Praise God. Thank you, Lord, for this vaginal opportunity. Much appreciated, especially in this era, this Me Too era. Everybody's afraid to try to have sex with each other for some odd reason now, which is I like the Me Too movement a lot, but I think it caused a lot of like unnecessary banter with people who weren't involved. Like, you'll hear dudes saying, "Oh man, she's beautiful. I will go talk to her, but I don't want to get Me Too." And I'm just sitting there looking at him like, "Yo, you work at the gas station, bro. Ain't nobody gonna Me Too you. That's a little bit out of your bracket there." You might want to relax with that one. Just go say hello. Just go say hello. It's all right. Just go. But I didn't have sex with her. I actually declined, which is puzzling. But I declined because she's a sad person. She's a sad person. I had to decline. She's a sad person. and I don't believe in having sex with sad people. I think that's a bad idea. I mean, like having sex with sad people, that's like eating a sandwich with wet bread. I mean, it's food. It's food. Don't get me wrong, it's food, but once you take that first bite, you're gonna be like, I shouldn't have did this shit. I should have just waited till I got some dry food. Oh man! As Bowers mentioned earlier, I have been on TV a couple times, which is a cool experience. It's like weird and cool at the same time because it's cool because your grandmother sees you on TV, and like she's like all proud of you and stuff, right? But it's weird because like your friends see you on TV, and then they start bombarding you with all these dreams that you didn't know they had and shit. Like damn, you had dreams. I had no clue. You've been selling drugs since I knew you. I thought that's just what you wanted to do. Ain't that crazy? You've been out here flipping all these bricks and you wanted to be a thespian the whole time. That's crazy. Well, you know it though. It makes sense though, because if you think about it, there's no better actor than a drug dealer. Ask somebody who sells drugs if they got some drugs. Excuse me, you'll be smashing my reputation. Asking if I would sell drugs. Are you insane? What type of drugs were you looking for? So it's just crazy. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. Like you impress some people, and then there's some people you don't impress. Like my father is one of the people that's really not impressed. I remember the first time I called him the first time I was on TV, and I called him. I said, "Hey, Dad, I'm gonna be on TV." He's like, "Oh, you gonna be on TV, huh? Oh, okay, that's cool. What you gonna play, a security guard or some shit? Because that's what your big black ass. That's pretty much all they're gonna let you do is play a security guard, right?" I'm just like, wow. My dad is just like that though. He's a really hard person to impress. If I could give you like an idea of how hard of a person he is to impress, like if I came home one day after curing cancer, and I'm like, "Hey, yo, Dad, I just cured cancer." He'd be like, "Oh, okay, that's cool. And that's a good effort. You made it. You tried, but you probably should have cured something like erectile dysfunction." You know what I'm saying? Because you can survive cancer, but what's the point if your dick can't get hard? You know what I'm saying? That's just that's just the luck I have. It's just hard. I don't know. Like it's hard for me to impress people and shit. Like I remember I was dating this chick one time, and she told me that I wasn't creative in my pursuit of her, which, I don't know what the hell that means because that's not something a normal person would say anyway. That's some shit like a serial killer would say, Like the SWAT team busts in the house, all of a sudden the phone ring. Looks like you missed me again. You'll probably catch me if you were more creative in your pursuit of me. Let's see here. I'm trying not to go over my time. I think that was my last joke.
There it is.
Flanagan, who respects the light so much so that even on a virtual show, he's like, "I'm not going to go over my time." And my favorite thing is that even in your own house, you were still sweating during your set. I don't know how that happened.
Oh, the passion. That's the passion.
Yeah.
Pouring out of how much
also,
I care.
by the way, go ahead, Barry.
I was saying, Ricardo, you were on the mic, right? Now, what did you play on the mic? I can't quite remember what you played on the mic. What were you on the mic?
Wild guess. A security guard.
So your dad was right.
He was correct.
Also, by the way, the Deadpool is totally fine. That's just a street version of life insurance. That's all that is.
Exactly. Let's eliminate all these hoops and just get paid, guys.
Yeah. A reminder to everybody: the tip jar is open. If you want to throw a couple bucks or Carlo's way, please do that. You can Venmo top right of the screen. You can PayPal at laughfromhome.com, or of course you can super chat in the YouTube.
I'll let you smoke some of that with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is hilarious though that like YouTube is basically like if there are drugs in a video, we're demonetizing it immediately. Be like, what if there's a video targeted at children where people are half naked? They're like, oh yeah, that's fine. That's perfect.
Oh, well, that wasn't drugs. That was coffee. That was coffee.
Right. That's why I was like, put the prop down. What a silly silly fake pipe.
Well, Steve,
what's that Venmo again?
So Venmo is at the top right of the screen. It's Comedy Gas Juice. What are you saying, Ben?
I was gonna say, I don't know what you're saying about this losing your monetization bullshit, because we have an announcement at the end of tonight's show that is, I'm just hint to our audience, is dependent on that not being a problem.
There are ways to get around it. I will put it that way. There are ways to get around it.
And Steve Hofstetter will find those ways. That's what we know about Steve Hofstetter. There's a way to get around something. He's going to figure that shit out. That's what I love.
Right. Like I was like, how do I get around that? Finally, for the first time in my life, like women are calling me handsome, and I'm like, I know, I'll figure it out. So.
Yeah, it was your hair they were into, Steve. It was your hair that finally did it.
Well, no, I understand that, but I was like, I'm gonna fuck this up somehow, and then I did. And so
there you go.
I just wanted to look more like the Reddit guy. That's why I did this.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. Let's catch up on some stuff.
Awesome. So we've got a lot of tips coming in for Ricarlo. So we've got Revel tipped $5, doing my part to monetize pot on YouTube.
Yeah. Salute.
We've got Chris Jacobs $5, a little something to help pack a bowl in case that Deadpool doesn't work out.
Nice.
Yeah.
We have Nathaniel Crawford $5, Ricarlo. I'll 5 on the murder.
Wow, nice. Already putting in. Nice.
Heather Scott $5. Praise God. A woman offered to have her way with me recently too. Does it matter that she lives in my mirror?
As long as you consent it, that's all that matters.
And then we have Z Bunter Dana Venmo $20, Ricarlo, for creative serial killers.
Nice.
We had a general come in, Ample Thought, super chat at $20. You're all great for doing this. Thank you so much. When Normalish returns, please all come out to Steve's Club in Indy.
The club that we haven't owned for a couple of years.
Hasn't existed for 3 years?
It doesn't
Panera
exist
Bread.
anymore.
If you want to go to Panera Bread on the north side of Indianapolis, you'll get a good meal. That's where Morty goes.
Yeah, that club is a Panera Bread for sure.
The club exists in his heart. That's all that matters.
Guys, wait, Morty's closed?
Yeah.
How come no one's closed?
It's in here now.
I wasn't being rebooked for a while.
Yeah, we've also got some more coming in for Ricarlo. I just saw Sean Bedgood just threw in $10 and says Father Flanagan for not only spitting fire but for smoking it. Nicely done. Also, we have a general from Seth Thompson says Bauer's jacket that he clearly made from someone's grandmother's curtains. That is unfair. That could be a couch. Like, there's a lot of things that could have been. Did the when you got the jacket, did you have to take the plastic off?
I like that one. No, it came plastic free. Macy's. I got this.
Hey,
Macy's.
you know what? Didn't somebody saying Bob was $40 earlier?
Yeah, someone threw in $40.
Okay, cool. So he got about the value for that jacket, so he could go get another one then.
Ricarlo, you and I were on an episode of Comics Unleashed together, right?
Well, it was like the Pee Wee version of that, which was man, what was that? Punchline, I think it was.
Oh, that's what it was. We did together. Punchline. Right.
Yeah.
So not even Comics Unleashed. Great. That was good. That was great too. I know
it was the professional version. Yeah. It was the professional version.
I liked Punchline way better than Comics Unleashed. Partially because I think it's cool to get paid. But also,
shots fired. Blah, 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 blah.
Comics Unleashed, it was so ridiculous because like the way they would get you into the jokes, because you're supposed to basically do your act. The whole premise of that show was you're supposed to do your act in conversation, but instead of disguising it, Byron Allen would just be like, so I heard you were in Nebraska. Tell us about that. I'm like, where the fuck would you have heard that from? Just say, what's it like on the road? Ask a regular question. Ask a normal question that a human being would say instead of sounding like an alien trying to fit in.
It was so weird how they literally would never write good segues. It was hilarious. It was like, that was a good example. He'd all the time be like someone would tell a joke about like drug dealers, and then he'd be like, okay, so Ben, I understand you've been having a lot of issues in line at 7-Eleven recently.
Yeah, so specific.
So specific.
I'm just like, where did you read that? In Variety? Did you see the Variety article that covered Ben's tragedy in 7-Eleven?
Oh God.
So Steve. Steve. So how was Alaska?
Yeah. I have not been to Alaska yet, but I'm sure I'll write a great bit about it, and then it'll be a horrible segue.
Yeah, that's all it's for. That's the reason you do it.
Yeah. You guys know Byron Allen owns the Weather Channel. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, no, he's a mogul, bro. He is a mogul.
Yeah, he owns a lot of shit, but the Weather Channel is very strange.
I mean, just kidding. I've always wanted to be on the Weather Channel. So, Byron, it was a wonderful show, and I mean nothing that I say. And your segues were awesome. I would love to, by the way, see that on the Weather Channel, where like they could just be like, well, it's going to be a high of 85 today and a low of 68. And Ben, can you tell us more about when you were at 7-Eleven in the line? We'd like to hear more about that.
Yeah, Byron Allen, he doesn't always pull it off smooth, but he's such a genius because he also had that show before Comics Unleashed called Entertainers. Do you guys remember it?
Oh my God,
where he would have interviews with enormous stars, because stars do these press junkets for movies where they grant every interviewer 5 minutes and they just rotate in the celebrities. And it's always just for like a 5-minute segment on a bigger show. But Byron would just bank them all into one show. So the late night shows that night would be like, tonight on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, we've got the guy from the zoo and fucking John Stamos. And then you'd flip the channel and it's like, coming up on Entertainers, Robert De Niro, Frank Sinatra, Joe Pesci, God, Donna, Oprah. It was incredible.
It'd be like Kurt Cobain 2 years after he died. How did he get in? What the hell?
The interview.
If anybody has an interview with God, it's Byron Allen.
Yeah.
Correct. If you're sweating a lot in your own house, Ricarlo, why not just remove the very thick hooded sweatshirt? That's another question I've got.
Man, this is, I was trying to be professional, you know what I'm saying? Because other than that, I was going to do this shirtless. And then I probably, I'd have got way more tips then. I probably didn't want to bring that sexual element to this. This is comedy.
Just want to make sure that there's an
option. You can definitely do that if you want. Whatever it takes to get tips, you know what I mean?
Hey, if we tipping, I'll show you some chest hair. I'll show you some chest hair now. If we tipping, you'll see some chest. If you want to see some chest, if you want to send some money in there, we got some chest for you right here.
I just want to make sure.
You see that mouth? You see that good up top right there? That good clavicle? That's a good clavicle right there. Go ahead.
I hope Rachel Cuthbert's not still here because she's going to suck on them nipples if you get them too far out.
Can I just make it clear that we've said
the older I get, the more open-minded I get. So
we've said
she
tips
do whatever
this whole
she
time with a P, TIPS. Just making sure.
Well, it's gonna be extra if you want to see them now, because I gotta get some real.
By the way, Ricarlo, the way that your mic fucked up while you were doing that, are you wearing a wire? Like, what the fuck just happened?
These are the headphones. We in a global pandemic. I ain't got time to get sexy with the equipment here. We gonna get the
I understand. Not everybody's got Lauren's headphones. All right.
I don't have a background with a churro. No churro.
Not everybody has Lauren's general vibe either, but I'm hoping that Playboy calls me and Ricarlo. Honestly, I think we've got a chance.
Hey, get this chest in Playboy. Come on now. This is a good chest.
All right, Lauren, question for you, Lauren. On a scale of 1 to 10, how little chance does Ben Glebe have being in Playboy?
I think Ben, he's very funny, so I think he could be 10, definitely in Playboy. I would read the article, Playgirl, if he'd want to go there. I would definitely read the article.
Yeah,
So,
is it
just
weird?
the article, and that's cool. No, I totally get it. And sometimes you just crush a dream. Sometimes you crush a dream. It's upside down. Damn it.
And it's inside out and
No,
backwards.
it's inside out. It is not upside down. That was the hole for your face. But if you want to just, yeah, inside out and backwards is actually, that's the name of my next album. So yeah, that is.
That's the saddest I've ever seen anybody get dressed.
First of all, Bowers, I know that's not true for you.
Just because Bowers doesn't have a mirror in his bedroom. He's never seen it.
Yeah, Bowers, you can't throw it at me at 30 miles an hour. I'm gonna hit, that one out.
Hey, they call me the Jugs Machine because I set you motherfuckers up all day. That's what we're doing.
No, that's not why they call you Jugs, Bowers. But all right. That said, Rachel, let's catch up a little bit.
Yeah, please. Jessica Kibble just put in $2 and said, "Truth or dare, connect the dots with your moles."
By the way, if we did that with Freckles, this show would never end. That would just go on forever.
We had a couple tips for Rachel had come in later. Sean Chandler, $5. Rachel, great job. I'm mailing myself to you tomorrow.
Nice.
We had Daniel Fubble, Venmo $10. Rachel, for your address. Just kidding. Great set. Love Bert's back room.
She will meet you in Bert's back room.
In my back room.
Back room is not a metaphor. Just want to make that clear. We're saying tips, and back room is not a metaphor. It's an actual place.
It's called a euphemism, Steve. It's a euphemism. Is what you're missing.
It's the look. Whatever it is, I was panicking. All right.
And then we had Dakota Wenig, Venmo $10 and said, Rachel rocks.
I'm a big fan of Dakota Fanning. That's awesome. Thank you for the support.
Still a different person.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
I wonder if when Ben meets regular people, he fucks their name up. He's like, "Oh, Frank, I love Frank Costanza. Nice to meet you." Like in real life, do you
like he does it with famous people the other way around?
Yes.
Like if he meets Frank Nicotero, he's gonna be like, "Oh, I really enjoy you on our show. I really appreciate that you're a loyal supporter of our show."
Well, let me just say, the whole reason I agreed to... Is my video gone? Am I back now? I don't know what happened.
There you are.
This joke's not going to work now. It's too much of a delay. Never mind.
Yeah,
Good call.
the
Thank
video, it was actually, apologies. I have the software set to cut out so that if it's afraid you might take your shirt off a second time, it immediately cuts the video. So just a setting we put in. We never thought we had to use it. It was like it's like a kill switch.
I would come out. I'd come back with a witty comeback now, but really, I'm just hurt.
Well, I actually went and saw Idiot Test once being taped, and Ben didn't tell me it was the naked show, and I just showed up. And they're like, "Oh yeah, we're naked."
Oh shit! You were there for that?
I was there for the naked show. I was just in the audience, like, "Oh shit!" Everybody got naked. It was hilarious. But they didn't tell me. He didn't tell me ahead of time. I just showed up, and everybody in the crew was naked. It was very weird.
I've been underestimating GSN for quite some time.
Yes, we really pushed the boundaries quite a bit. We did an episode where all 4 contestants were naked, and I got progressively more naked myself as the episode went along. And then the network ownership changed, and the first thing they said was, "We're not picking up season 5. We are a family-friendly network, and our average audience member is a Christian housewife in the middle of the country, and you're ruining this for us." And so I never pushed for it to be naked, and I resisted it, but they made me. Just for the record, they made me do it.
I just love the idea that like no one thought that, is GSN not gonna like this? Is the network where the average viewer is 95 years old? Are they not gonna like this?
Yes.
I was in the lobby of GSN. I went in for a hosting thing with them, and I was in the lobby, and I was just listening to the administrative assistant taking calls from angry viewers. And like, no shit, there was someone who called and said that there weren't enough white people on one of the shows. Like that or some of the people who was watching. Yeah. And like just hearing this like very nice, polite administrative assistant just being like, well, I'll relay the message. Not really something I can help with or should help with. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah,
It was,
I mean, no joke. Here's a freeze frame from the Naked episode I just Googled right there. That is two of our contestants. And also, I don't know what, here's the male side of that from that episode. So that's unfortunate. And also, GSN made me do all kind of stuff that, I mean, they didn't make me. I volunteered a lot of it because I have no shame, obviously. But they had me host the upfronts a couple years in a row where you present the new shows to the network. And so I did that one year. They had a show called Skin Wars. It was a body painting show. So I hosted the beginning of the upfronts. I looked like this. And then by the end, I looked like that.
Oh my God.
My problem exactly was.
Yeah. Lauren, if we could borrow those headphones to put over Ben's nipples, we would really appreciate it.
Sure.
I think I just figured out why I was hosting a big cable TV show, and now I'm hosting a live streaming internet show to 4 people on my Twitter.
Yeah, I think we just figured that out. And also, I'm just assuming that zipper was Ricarlo's hoodie and not someone unzipping at the prospect of Ben fronts in his underwear.
My Lord, yes.
Anyway, okay. Speaking of television, Lauren, I'm curious. What's been your favorite show to be involved with?
Like acting or watching?
Acting. What's your favorite show that you like? Not just show, because I know you've done a ton of web stuff too, but what's your, like, you do so many different things. So like, what's your favorite?
Well, right now I had a movie that was in top 3 movies on Netflix, which is really cool, called Badland. So you guys can watch that. That was fun. And then I have another movie that just came, I did it years ago, but now it's coming out on Amazon Prime, called Catskill Park. So everyone should check that out. But I think the coolest was working with Louis C.K. That was probably like the coolest of all the people I worked with, just because he was just awesome. But yeah, and Bo Burnham too was really cool. Just two
very different reputations right now.
Yes. A lot of everyone I worked with was awesome. All the projects I've done are really cool. I don't want to say one and then forget another one and then we feel bad about it.
No one's gonna be like watching this and be like, Lauren, you didn't shout us out. How dare you? You know, in that episode where one comic wanted you to mail a baby to suck on her tits, and then the other comic did drugs, and then naked. I can't believe you didn't plug me on that.
Mail me a baby. It's so funny.
Since this episode is already gone there, I just looked in my camera roll on my phone, and I will show you something I've not wanted to ever see again and will regret instantly showing. This is a photo from the Naked episode of Idiotesque. So I hope you enjoy that.
Shit.
If I just pan 2 over here, you'll see this, which nobody wants to see. And there you go. That is me hosting Pantsless.
Well, my favorite part of that episode, Ben, you kept making the girls jump up and down when they won. It was pretty good. I
did not make anybody jump up and down. People do things of their own volition on the Game Show Network and at my own show. If people jumped up and down when they won, that was just, people saw what they saw.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just like to say I was not invited to be in the studio audience of that show. I just, we were friends a long time. And
it was super fun. It was a good time.
I'm really hurt.
That literally was.
I wish I was there.
Rachel's hurt too, but that's also because she's put her dog in her lap now, and so we're afraid of what's going on there.
Oh.
I can't.
Lauren, what did you work on? What did you work on with Bo Burnham? Because, like, to me, Bo, I think, is one of the smartest people in the business. He's a genius. His directing, the cinematography of Tambourine, the Chris Rock special that he directed, was amazing. Like, what did you work with him on?
I did the music video "Oh Bo," which was really cool.
Oh wow! Yeah,
I remember that. There's some
I do.
scenes of him and I in a bowling alley, and like he, I think, showers me with Cheetos, or I shower him with Cheetos. I don't know, something like that. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now you're talking my language. Cheeto showers. Holy
Cheeto
shit, that
showers.
sounds amazing. Wow.
He's just very creative.
we've just updated the fantasy. It is now being showered with Cheetos, Cheerios, and churros when hanging out with Charo. It's all over together.
I think I'm just hungry. It's really hungry right now. That's all I've been doing is eating.
Speaking of hungry, let's catch up with some Venmos and some super chats and all that stuff because we have over 30 paid entries for the game. So this is going to be absolutely insane. Let's do this shit.
And I'm happy to report, by the way, that I have a bunch ready to go as well. So
okay,
America,
well, we can't do
ready.
too many. We have a hard out at 6:30 because I have Christian Finnegan's show.
I wouldn't even use the phrase "hard out" to be honest with you.
That's a very good point.
point.
That's not at this point.
I've been hard out this whole time. Is that a problem?
Yeah, you've been hard in because of the quarantine. Okay. So Rachel, what else do we got?
We've got Hannah Gallagher, Venmo $2, and said, my parrot started screaming the second that shirt came off. You've traumatized her. I didn't mind, though. And then we had another tip for Ricarlo come in. Thomas Edward tipped Ricarlo $20 and said it's for Ricarlo's shining performance, plus enough left to allow Bowers to keep the shine on his jacket.
Nice.
Nice.
And then we're caught up.
Awesome. All right. Well, we also have 420 came in from Jan Johnson on the PayPal. It says it's a general, but had to give it when Ben took his shirt off. And then she gave $1,000 to have you put it back on. That's rude. No, I'm kidding.
Well, Steve, since it was a tip of 420, can we make an announcement to the good people watching our show?
We're gonna tease that announcement a little bit more. Let's do the game first.
Great.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So the game, as we announced earlier, is Dog a TV Show. Dog a TV Show. There's lots of ways you can do that. I've got a list right here. Do I do it now, Steve, or do I wait?
No. Wait for the in case any of them overlap, but also
they're not going to overlap, Steve.
Yeah. Incredibly good point. His is like, probably you should name a dog breed in this part. That's his. Okay, so let's do some comics. Special guest, please pay attention because we're gonna pick our favorites. So whatever your favorite is, note that as we go. All right, so let's do this shit. What do we got?
Okay, so some of the unpaid entries, just to give some shout outs. Carrie in our live audience had a shit ton, and I don't know if she wants to say any of them, but let's see. Carrie, do you want to give some of
your favorites?
Sure. We do Shih Tzu Creek.
Nice.
That's a brilliant one.
Better Call Lassie.
Nice.
MTV's Corgi Cribs. Greyhound's Anatomy.
Nice.
I like that one a lot.
And Alaskan Malamute, The Last Frontier.
I don't even get that one, but it was long, so Ben loves it. All right. What else we got, Rach?
Okay, so we had Razor, Sharpay, Flappy Days. We have an 80s throwback from Ashley. You can't do that on the rug.
A paid entry, or was that an unpaid one?
No, unpaid. We'll start paid now.
That a shot.
That was
All
a good one.
We'll do paid now.
Okay, paid. Chris Jacobs, Mastiff Peace Theater.
I like that one.
We've got Jeremy Day, the Golden Retriever Girls.
Nice. Oh, thank
Jeremy
you for
Day.
being man's best friend.
And if I had to potty.
And Jeremy Day sent a lot. So Jeremy Day.
And the card attached would say.
No.
Invited everyone that pooed.
I can't. All right. Jeremy Day on behalf of Jen Winkleplex. Paw and Order, pup, P-U-P.
Oh, nice.
like it.
Stephanie Coffin, Angela Bassett Hound.
That it's kind of cheating because that's a person, but it's still someone with a dog name, so that still works.
We have Jeremy Day, Game of Bones.
Nice. Also, great porn. Sorry.
I thought the porn was a little. I thought the porn was a little derivative, Steve. It was okay, but it wasn't as good as some of the other Game of Thrones porns.
You know, the first 7 seasons of that porn were way better than the last one. I'll be honest. You know what happened? The last one, just there was one episode you could barely see anything. That was the real problem. So.
I really don't recommend watching the Red Wedding. You know.
Yeah. Actually, the Purple Wedding was even worse. That's the one where he choked. All right, now these cuts are too deep. Also, by the way, can we spotlight Lauren for a second? She's got her dog there. Let's take a look at that's George, right? Yeah, take a look at Georgie over there.
Hi, George.
Aww, adorable.
Lauren's mic is muted.
He was crying, so I have to pick him up.
He's being very
George,
very
meet Henry Horse. This is Henry Horse. Hi, George. Oh, he just licked me in the mouth. He just licked me in the damn mouth.
Yeah, like, oh, he just licked me in the mouth because I put my mouth on his mouth.
No means no, Henry Horse.
All right, let's do some more.
We've got Allison Shuchuk, whose lab is at any spay.
Oh, nice.
Jeremy Day, Breaking Bad dog.
Nice.
Crystal Newen, Ally McBeagle.
Oh, nice.
Mario Miser, Walker Rexus Ranger.
Oh, Walker. Oh my God. There's even double.
Nathaniel Crawford, Woofy the Vampire Slayer. We've got the Joshua, Dog, the Animal Control Officer Hunter. Ellen Shaw, Shiba Inu Girl.
New girl? It's New Girl.
Oh, Shiba Inu Girl.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Robert Edwards, Keeping Pup Appearances.
Oh, nice.
Richard Earl Deary, Saturday Night Live Labrador Retriever.
I'm so confused with that one.
It's just a live Labrador Retriever as opposed to a dead one? That's dark.
Super dark.
We've got To the Rescue, Good Boy Meets World.
Oh, I like that one. That was nice.
Jeremy Day, Doctor Who's a Good Boy. Ellen Shaw, Chihuahua in Day at a Time.
Chihuahua one day at a time.
Chihuahua one day at a time.
I don't think you watch TV, Rachel.
I don't think you've ever seen she's never seen a movie or a TV show or read a book or heard any sort of pop culture ever, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Amin Salah, Social Distancing Social Pugs.
Nice.
That's amazing.
To the Rescue, All Dogs Go to Seventh Heaven.
That's a good one.
Richard Earl, Archie Barker's Place.
Nice.
Richard Earl again, The Walking Breed.
Mhm.
To the Rescue, Ally McBeagle. So we had an overlap.
Yeah.
Ellen Shaw. I don't know if this is a dog. It has to be those. Samoyed Idiot Test.
Yeah.
What is it?
Samoyed is a dog, so Samoyed idiot test.
Samoyed
Oh.
Idiot.
I love it. I love the attempt.
It was the attempt by the entrant or the attempt by Rachel to read it?
They were both.
I don't know
They were.
anymore. I don't
They were
know.
both valiant. They were both valiant attempts. So, well,
Yeah.
Yes, they were.
We've got To the Rescue, Blue Bloodhounds. We've
Okay,
got
I like that one.
Sean
Yeah.
Chandler, Two Broke Bloodhounds.
No.
Richard Earl, Heels Kitchen.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
We've got Blitz, Blackish Lab. We
Like that
have Blitz again, The Big Pug Theory.
Nice.
All right.
And the last one I'm seeing is Dave Eisner, Golden Doodle Girls, Frenchies, Peaky Weimaraners.
I think that's a couple. I think that's a couple
Weimaraner.
entries at once.
Oh,
Weimaraner.
okay. Weimaraner.
We also have one on PayPal from Jan Johnson. That's last Husky Man Standings, which I don't know if that was an entry or just talking about us taking our shirts off. So either way, we appreciate it. All right, so many good ones. There's so many good ones in there, and also we have a couple general chats. Justin Hersler said that Steve's stripper name is now Cue Ball Steve. So thanks, Justin. Appreciate that. I like you said now. What
I'd like to alter the name Cue Balls, Steve.
Yeah.
Look at Steve.
Yeah.
Steve Cue Balls, but yeah.
It all looks the same. So yeah, if the curtain matches the drapes or the carpet matches the drapes for me, with this it'd be hardwood floors. So with that, let's decide who wins. Then Ben, you wanna, and then we'll rifle through a couple of Bens. So
I love
Rachel, what's your vote?
Oh, I get a vote?
Yeah.
Oh, wrong
no, Rachel the comedian.
Oh.
I loved, the real Rachel. I'm just kidding. I liked Game of Bones and Paw and Order.
So which one? You got to pick one.
Oh, Paw and Order.
All right, one vote for Paw and Order. Ricarlo, what do you got?
What was the one? Damn. It was real brilliant. The Golden Girls one.
What was it? The Golden Doodle Girls?
Or the Golden Girl Retrievers.
Yeah.
Microphone's working really well now, Ricardo.
Isn't that something?
The Golden Girl Retrievers. All right.
right.
Lauren, who you got?
Oh, was there a Shark Tank one? Or was that just in the chat? Does that
Someone in
count?
the chat, but that was a staff member put Bark
Oh.
Tank.
Oh,
So that's
gotcha.
why it doesn't count, because he already gets paid.
Okay. I guess the Golden Girls one.
All right,
All
2
right.
votes for Golden Girls, 1 vote for Paw and Order. It's anybody's ball game right now. Chris Bowers.
I really like Mastiff P Theater a lot. I like Paw and Order. I like Whose Lab Is It Any Spay. I like Wolfie the Vampire Slayer, Good Boy Meets World, Doctor Who's a Good Boy, and Blackish Lab. But I think I'm going to go with Mastiff P Theater. I like that one a lot.
Masterpiece Theater. Excellent.
Okay,
All right.
can I change mine to the Doctor Who one? That's the one I think I liked.
All right.
All right.
We're changing. It is now a 4-way tie. Ben, what do you got?
I loved social distancing social pugs very much, but my vote goes to Mastiff P Theater.
Was it Mastiff P Theater or Mastiff
No,
Peace
it's
Theater?
Peace. Massive Peace. It's Mastiff Peace Theater.
But either way, that's good. So we got 2.
Pretty damn good either way.
So
Master
I could tie this up and ruin everything. And I gotta say, I did like a lot of these. Some of my favorites. Paw and Order is one of my favorites. Doctor Who's a Good Boy was one of my favorites. And Masterpiece Theater was one of my favorites. But I'm actually voting for one that no one voted for before, which is Woofy the Vampire Slayer, because frankly, I'd watch it. Like, that would be a show that I would absolutely watch. And if they're ever gonna do a reboot, I want a dog to star in it 100%. So that means the winner is Massive Peace Theater. If you have won this game, the way this works is go to our website, laughfromhome.com, and shoot us an email at the bottom, and we'll hook you up with all the albums from our hosts, as well as a ticket to a future front row of the show. And with that, Ben, you want to rifle a couple off, and then we'll make our announcement?
Thank you so much. And by a couple, that will be more than 2. Here we go.
3.
These are the ones that I wrote. I wrote We Are the Walking Dead, Aren't we? Aren't we, boy? I've got
Nice.
SpongeBob SquarePants because he ran a lot.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh.
Pants. He pants.
You
Okay,
could have
great.
just done SpongeBob SquarePants.
I thought about it and I wrote it that way first, and I figured you guys would moan that, so I had to make it more explicit.
Ain't gonna work no matter what you do.
90
Right.
Dog Fiance.
So watch
Star
that.
Wars. You'll watch that. Star
Yes.
Wars,
Yep.
The Manda Pomeranian.
The-
I've got I like that one.
Sense.
I've
Man, the
got
Pomeranian is
Amer-
very funny.
Manda Pomeranian. I've got American Horror Story. I've got Gus. This is Gus. I've got a dog named Gus. I've got Billy on the street, not on my shoes. And just two more. I've got my next guest needs no introduction because he's a dog. And I've got Barks for recreation.
Nice.
My favorite one.
I was
Thank
just
you.
gonna do terriers. But with that said, let's do our announcement. Ben,
Wait,
you wanna...
first, quickly. There's a game for the 24-hour game to
Yes.
do on Twitter for the next 24 hours, so you can play and win a prize as well. You win the first front row and our albums as well if you play on Twitter. Our brand new game. It is quarantine slogan. So take any famous slogan or one you make up and make it quarantine life. So it's hashtag quarantine slogans and hashtag SDSC game. Go on Twitter. We'll announce our favorites and our winner tomorrow on the show. Examples like AT&T, never reach out and touch someone. Or we've seen a thing or two because we've been inside of our cupboards.
Or you can go with Nike. Don't do it.
Exactly. But we have now a big announcement.
We do, and before we do, we're going to catch up real quick on a couple last-minute Venmos and Super Chats. Dalibor Dimovsky, I just figured I would read that one, Rachel, said, threw in $5 and said, since we're all talking food, I'm watching and eating nacho cheese Doritos naked. Keep up the great work. Dalibor, thank you so much for not being on camera. We really appreciate that.
How about I got one?
I've got a few on
tomorrow's
YouTube.
contest. How about KFC finger licking will kill you?
Yeah. All right, let's catch up on the Super Chats. We're almost out of here.
So we've got just a couple. Mario Miser for $5 for Ben's red wedding comment and for finally making me laugh with him.
Oh shit! I heard.
Wow, thank
We
you for the
have,
compliment, and that hurt so much.
By the way, Rachel, that's one you could just read the first half of if you want to spare Ben's feelings. Just,
How come Rachel didn't mispronounce that one at all? Huh?
Heather Scott, $20 for the show. The Golden Girls bit made my whole night. I mean, I don't have a lot going on, but still.
Neither did they. That was the point of the show.
We've got Robert Edwards, $10. Why do you make Raquel suffer through these?
First sports. Sports have been canceled. This is our Super Bowl.
Yes.
And Rebel, lastly, $5. Dog damn it, Ben, you're the best.
Oh, that's sweet. I needed that right now. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that almost made up for that last one. That not quite, but almost. All right. We're gonna do let's tell the people what we're doing on Monday.
Okay, this is very exciting, you guys. We don't normally do a social distancing social club on Mondays. But why are we doing one this Monday? Because this Monday is 420.
Before we say what we're doing, can we let's say who our special guest is for it?
Sure. So this Monday is 420 of the month 420, because it's April, 4th month. Our special guest making an appearance with us this Monday is Doug Benson, everybody. And
why is Doug Benson going to be there?
Well, thank you for asking, Steve. The answer is because we're going to be raising money all episode long on our special Monday episode on 420 to raise money for the Friendly Shoulder Martin grant for comedians who are out of work due to COVID-19. And to make you donate, to encourage you to donate, if we raise an undisclosed amount of money we'll announce on Monday, Steve Hofstetter will smoke marijuana for the first time in his life on camera, you guys.
Yes.
Yep. I am donating my body to science. Is that what that means?
I think so.
It means, yeah. The idea is we're gonna announce what the total is that we need to raise on Monday. But join us on Monday's show. It is an absolute attainable goal. I took a poll on my YouTube of how many people would donate, and apparently everybody wants me high. So
I'm donating 4 times.
Yeah. By the way, no one tell my mom, please. So yeah, we're gonna do this. And what the fuck? Let's hope it goes well. And with that, so join us. Of course, join us. Tomorrow regularly as well. Yeah.
Oh, the show won't be at 5 o'clock. The show will be at 4:20 Eastern, 1:20 Pacific on Monday. No joke.
Yes.
That's an important fact. Tune in at 1:20 Pacific, 4:20 Eastern to raise money for Steve Hofstetter to get a little shaky bakey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I figure I got to catch up with Ben, so it's only going to take about 40 more years of smoking
That's
every single
correct.
day. But that said, let's do some plugs. Ricarlo, did we do your plugs yet?
Oh man, you can find me on @Father Flanagan on all the social medias. I'm also on Spotify under Father Flanagan. Follow me there. Got comedy albums, music, all that good stuff. Just follow me on social media.
Excellent. And Lauren, tell the people more about yourself and where they can find you.
I want my Lauren or Lauren Francesca.
Awesome.
Thank you for
Anything
being
you want
with
to
us,
plug?
Lauren?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, just go watch Badlands in Catskill Park, please.
Absolutely. Go support Lauren. She is wonderful, and we so appreciate that she took the time to join us on this ridiculous journey that we went on today. We've learned so much about ourselves. Chris Bowers, and your wonderful hotel curtains.
Just at Bowers Comedy, all the social stuff, bowersalbum.com to check out my album, or you can find it on Amazon or Music or Apple Music. Unpopular Opinions, Chris Bowers. Check it out.
Ben Glebe.
Thank you very much. A great tip for everybody. If you're ever in a hotel and want a discount before checkout, just tell them there was a man eating hot dogs hiding in your curtains. That's exciting. they'll really hook you up with at least a sweet upgrade or something. Because people that seem to enjoy a lot during the wig episode a couple days ago when I pulled out the Trump wig and did the Trump impression for the last 2 days, I've been doing a daily Donald Trump press briefing live on Facebook and on Instagram Live late night, and then doing a 1-minute version on my grid on Instagram at Ben Glebe and on my TikTok. So I'm on there now. So try to follow those at Ben Glebe on social media. I'm doing live taking questions from the audience there. Check that out. And just at Ben Glebe on all socials. And that's all I got to say about that. Thank you all for being here. What a fun show.
All right. And with that, I am about to go host a show for Christian Finnegan, the hilarious Christian Finnegan that you might know as one of the original cast members of Best Week Ever. He was also on the Chappelle Show. Absolutely hilarious comedian, has a number of comedy specials. He's doing his full show at the Nowhere Comedy Club, nowherecomedyclub.com. Also have a ton of wonderful acts coming up. Brad Williams, Adam Ray, Ben Glebe is doing a full show as well.
That's right.
Please check those out. Nowherecomedyclub.com. You can watch live stand-up right from your home. And of course, reminder, our new Facebook page, check it out, facebook.com/SDSC show. Join us there, and we will see you soon. Did we miss anything from the live video audience? We forgot to go back to them. We'll just say goodbye to them. They're all wonderful. We appreciate you being here, and you guys are all awesome. Taylor, take us out.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.